And we're on. Welcome back. Today we have a word with some real bite to it. A little numismatic news, a luminary, a song, and a quote. So grab your favorite cuppa. I've turned this one around so that you can see how does that go? Peekaboo! Grab your favorite cuppa, sit back, and let's have a look. Hi there, and welcome to This Day in History for April 2nd. April 2nd is the 92nd day of the year in the Gregorian calendar, 93rd in leap years, with 273 days remaining to the end of the year. Today's word is voracious. Voracious is an adjective that means having a huge appetite, ravenous, excessively eager or avid, insatiable. Some example sentences could be, she's a voracious reader who finishes 3 books a week. Or, Vicki has a voracious curiosity about language and history. Or, the scientist was a voracious learner, always seeking new information. The word voracious comes to us from a Latin word that meant greedy or gluttonous, which itself came from a previous word that meant to devour or swallow up. By the way, other words that come from the original root, vor, are carnivore, a meat eater, or herbivore, a plant eater. First known use of the word voracious is in the 1630s. Voracious. Today's word voracious was suggested by YouTube viewer @AdamBauer2677. Thanks, Adam. Adam has a YouTube channel, by the way, and that is Shakey's Music Reviews. And with that, the Coinage Act of 1792 was passed by Congress on April 2nd, 1792. Also known as the Mint Act, this act established the United States dollar as the country's official standard unit of money and created the U.S. Mint. It laid the foundation for the U.S. monetary system and authorized the production of various coins in gold, silver, and copper. The act defined the dollar based on a specific weight in silver and introduced various coins like the eagle, which was a $10 coin, a half eagle, which was a $5 coin, the quarter eagle, which was a $2.50 gold coin, a dollar, a half dollar, a quarter, a dime, and half dime, which comes to be our nickel, and the cent. And there was even a half cent, although the half cent was discontinued in 1857. The Coinage Act got into some pretty specific details as to the metallic content of these coins and the sorts of images that were to be included, and the specifications have changed over time. Importantly, the law included a clause that imposed the death penalty for debasement or embezzlement by mint employees, reflecting how seriously the young government took the integrity of its new currency. That's probably eased up a bit by now, too, although I imagine security is probably still pretty strict. The Coinage Act of 1792 was a crucial step in establishing U.S. financial independence and a standardized, regulated national currency system. This is the birthday of singer, songwriter, musician, and record producer Marvin Gaye, born April 2nd, 1939 in Washington, D.C. He was active in the music business from 1957 until his death in 1984. He became popular in the soul, R&B, pop, gospel, and funk genre. Marvin Gaye is known for such hits as What's Going On, Let's Get It On, and I Heard It Through the Grapevine, just to name a few. To put it as gently as possible, Marvin Gaye's father was a rigid and difficult man. On April 1st, 1984, Marvin intervened in a fight between his parents, becoming involved in an altercation with his father, who fatally shot Marvin the day before he would have turned 45. Marvin Gaye, may he rest in peace. Today's song is What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. The song was released as a single from his 11th studio album in January of 1971, also titled What's Going On. What's Going On is one of the most iconic and heartfelt songs of that era. Inspired by an incident of police brutality witnessed by Four Tops member Ronaldo Obi Benson, this song became Gaye's response to the social unrest, war, and inequality that he saw around him. Written by Benson, Al Cleveland, and Marvin Gaye, and produced by Marvin Gaye, it marked a turning point in his career, stepping away from Motown's formulaic love songs to deliver something personal, soulful, and socially conscious. What's Going On topped the R&B charts and reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100, eventually selling over 2 million copies. Its blend of soul, R&B, and some great harmonies and a powerful message earned it a place in Rolling Stone's list of the greatest songs of all time. Not just a classic, but a timeless call for compassion and understanding. What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. Link in the description. How about that? Well, first of all, I had no idea there was a half-cent coin before. Did you know that? And Marvin Gaye, my goodness. I knew I was going to talk about Marvin Gaye today, and I found this quote before I completed my research, so I think it's exceptionally fitting considering what a difficult growing up he must have had with his rigid and difficult father. He said, "If you cannot find peace within yourself, you will never find it anywhere else." Marvin Gaye. Deep stuff. Alrighty, y'all take care, be good to each other, and I mean that. And I'll see you tomorrow. I got to tell you about this funny thing that happened. I was pulling together the research for today's episode yesterday, looking things up on April 1st and writing them down for April 2nd, and I kept seeing this April 2nd, April 2nd. And I remembered, April 2nd, isn't that David's birthday? One of my relatives. So I sent him a text message with this graphic, sent him this happy birthday message, and he replied saying, "Thank you," with a big grin emoji. And it wasn't until a little bit later that I realized, oh, wait a minute, that's tomorrow actually. Sent him a birthday message a day early. I don't know if he watches these videos. I don't think he does, but on the off chance that he might see this, happy birthday, David. Alrighty. We're going to wrap it all up now. Thank you so much. And I think that's going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Feel free to share this video with a link in your email, messaging, or social media. If you enjoyed this series, you can check out the playlists in the description. You can find me on BitChute, Facebook, Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, and X, as well as on a blog page called No Really. All those links are in the description. Alrighty, that's all I can think of right now. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.